Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to end of the video, and this is a paid request for Shawn. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, PayPal is usually the best bet, or join my Patreon. The links are in the info box there or over there. To be a video game playthrough, let's try, review, re-review, commentary of whatever movie, reaction, whatever the case, and I'll get to it as soon as I can. I know it's a bit dark, but it's storming here. Got the fan on, so you don't hear a little bit of backdrop. Texas is insane right now, so just doing what I can with what I got. So, pause the beginning, 3, 2, 1, pressing play. I do have subtitles on, that's why I don't have my headphones on. Just for over 2 hours with the headphones on, it's just a bit annoying, so to speak. But Fight Club is the commentary for today for Shawn. Thank you once again for your generosity, man. And so here we had the Fox loader, then we had Regency. I'm surprised David Fincher ever worked with Fox again, considering what happened with Alien 3, where Alien 3, that was a whole disaster of a show, and you could see some behind the scenes where he was just bad-mouthing Fox. I don't know, maybe it was a new regime. Hey, 7 is a hit, trust us, we'll finance it. You trust me. But you did make the film. Came out in a year where there's a lot of, whether it be The Sixth Sense, The Blair Witch Project, The Matrix, American Beauty is a known film, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. I forgot Rob Bottin worked on this. I'll have it on a little bit, the headphones, why not? At least a little bit. At least a little bit. Based on the novel, I never read the novel. David Fincher, he's a music video director. He did Alien 3, which I absolutely despise. I liked 7. I always did enjoy this film, Fight Club. I think it's a very creatively directed. I mean, this opening here, where we're pulling out, we see what our image is. And what a way to start a film. Your main protagonist has a gun in his mouth. So Alien 3 came out around 92, then 7 came out around 95, and this was 99. Good work with the special effects that make it seem like it's all in one shot but going across the city, in and out of buildings, to really showcase the audience the demolition going on. Now, of course, at this point, you would never know that those two are the same person. Now, that guy's Meatloaf, the singer. Loved a lot of his songs. Bat Out of Hell, Paradise by the Dashboard Light. Just such a weird but surreal story. Okay, this guy goes to support groups where he doesn't have the affliction, but just to feel something. And then before that, just this rudimentary office job. Now, if you briefly saw Brad Pitt there, the first time you watch and you're like, what was that? when you watch it and you go, wait, that was Brad Pitt. That's kind of like, you don't know the twist. Him and Brad Pitt are the same person. Brad Pitt's like his id that wants to unleash and be rebellious and be something more. But on the flip side, to be dangerous and when it's not controlled at all. And that's another flash we saw of Brad Pitt. Like he's just like dead, husked inside, and something just waiting to break out. Something just waiting to awaken and let loose. A guy who's kind of just a dead end job, going day to day, no enjoyment, no fulfillment, buying stuff because that seems to be the thing to do is buy stuff. There's not many big budget studio films that you think is going to begin with a support group for testicular cancer. You know what I mean? It's not something you think of going to happen every day. So it is interesting to watch this again. You see these little flashes put in. Kind of like, not quite film edits, because I know there's Brad Pitt when he enters in the picture, just about how he would edit dirty things in the kids' films or something. It was more like just flash image. Using steroids, that would do it. That would do it. I'd try, I just don't wanna. David Fincher says we're designed to be hunters and we're in a society of shopping. There's nothing to kill anymore, there's nothing to fight, nothing to overcome, nothing to explore. In that society, emasculation, this every man, the narrator, is treated. A guy does not have a world of possibilities in front of him. He has no possibilities. He literally cannot imagine a way to change his life. He's confused and angry, so he responds to his environment by creating Tyler Durden. Tyler's who the narrator wants to be. He's not empathetic. It does not help the narrator face decisions in his life. Sorry, I'm not saying that. I haven't seen this film forever, so I'm just listening to the dialogue as it's going through all these different support groups. This weird cave. Yeah, the penguin stuff. It's just weird, like, did that need to be in the film? No. This cave and seeing a penguin and all the special effects put into that, but it's in there just to be another unique aspect to the film. And when there's so many of that, it becomes a popular film like this that people talk about to this day. It's not the only reason, but it is a reason. And Helena Bonham Carter. Who, of course, has worked with Tim Burton a lot. Well, to be fair, you're a liar too. You don't have any diseases at all, buddy. See, it creates a sense of intrigue as to where the hell this is going. Like, again, stuff you don't see normally. And again, bid studio product. Does this cost how much? 60 some million? So one person wanted Russell Crowe for Tyler Durden, and another wanted Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt had the flop Meet Joe Black. I forgot about that movie. That was a massive flop. They paid him like 17 million. Wow. For this role, one person wanted Matt Damon, another considered Sean Penn. David Fincher said Edward Norton because he had seen The People vs. Larry Flint. Apparently the first choice for Helena Bonham Carter was Janine Garofalo. David Fincher has said she turned it down because she objected to the film's sexual content. Janine Garofalo in 2020 said she did accept the role, but was dropped because Edward Norton believed she was poorly suited to it. It would have been cool to see Janine Garofalo in this type of role. But she didn't really do casting other than the truth behind Cats and Dogs. Supporting roles like Mystery Men. But other than that, Jesus, it's raining like crazy. Jesus, it's raining like crazy. Of course, as soon as I do a video, it's raining like crazy like this. Of course. Why would it not? Although the rain's supposed to be till, what, 3 hours from now? Of course, I had a pound rain like this. Why not? Like some bitch. I don't know, you could hear it from here. The damn thing. Sorry. Concentrate back on this. So I'm seeing, if you wonder why I keep looking over here, how much it made in the U.S. Say cultural impact. Okay, here we go. It opened and earned $11 million opening weekend. The ultimate anti-date movie. It made $37 million in the U.S., $63 million worldwide. I mean foreign, for $100 million worldwide. The underwhelming North American performance soured the relationship between 20th Century Fox's studio head Bill Mechanic and media executive Rupert Murdoch, which contributed to Bill Mechanic's resignation in June 2000. Wow. It did make a lot of money when it came on the DVD. That's when DVDs were becoming a big thing in 2000. That was like the hitting point of DVD. I remember like Fight Club. There was DVDs before a little bit, but 2000s would be when it was being cemented in, and the Fight Club was like, oh wow, there's commentaries and all these aspects. It's a 2-disc. It's got all these attributes, and it made a lot of money. It sold a lot of copies on DVD. Sold more than 6 million copies on DVD within the first 10 years. One of the largest selling home media items in the studio's history. It grossed over $55 million in video and DVD rentals. With the positive performance in the US and Canada, a better performance in other territories, a highly successful DVD release, it generated a $10 million profit for the studio. So, I guess in the long run they didn't lose money, so there's that. Interesting enough, dude. Oh yeah, you never do find out his name, Edward Norton's name. I think it was like the film. It's well made. Like I like the lighting, great use of the widescreen format, and just very creative. With just like here where he imagines the plane crash. There'll be a little bit actually. And this is a guy that just wants more out of life. Just drifting through life, and nothing to overcome, nothing to fight, nothing to adversity. At least, not seem like any adversity. Person's Mount Terrence was in the ash tree? Jesus. Fat burned to the sea. Jesus. Just the idea behind that. Of course, I mean, the same director did Seven. And think of the horrible deaths in that movie. Yeah, be as vague as possible. I pray for a crash or a mid-air collision. I didn't. Extensive special effects. Seems like the guy was just craving. His soul's craving for some kind of excitement and to let go. Thus, this guy's created. Brad Pitt. Yeah, both these guys did do a really good job in this. Edward Norton later be in films like American History X. Or had he done that before this? Well, either way, American History X, People vs. Larry Flint, he did before this. He would be in The Incredible Hulk 2008. He would have been in the other ones, but he had disagreements and kind of fighting with, I don't know, the producers, the studio, the director of the film. So then they got Mark Ruffalo to be the Hulk later on. Of course, Brad Pitt had worked with David Fincher before in Seven. I think later was in, what was it, Curious Case of Benjamin Button, I believe? I mean, my top three favorite David Fincher films. One would be The Game. Two would be probably this, and then three would be Panic Room. And then 4, 7. Now, of course, before I passed over that first clue of who Brad Pitt is the fact they had the very same briefcase. Well, the first clue was seeing those little flashes. The second clue is they had the same briefcase. It sounds stupid in a way. It's kind of like the Incredible Hulk he kind of did already first with this. If you think of Edward Norton as Bruce Banner, and you think of Tyler Durden as the Hulk, opposites, but they're the same person, and one's trying to get out. Right, a lot of differences, but certain heart of similarity. Nope, don't no dildos. Sorry. Of course, there's always that thing of like when you see Edward Norton and Brad Pitt, like who is real and who's not in terms of who's doing what in each scene. So when you rewatch it, again, okay, did he really steal that car, or did he imagine himself stealing a car? Did you find out later that he blew up his own hotel room, his own apartment? I mean, but his id did it. I think. A household of condiments and no food. How embarrassing. Then definitely a weird way to word certain things. I don't know how much of that was in this novel or reinterpreted for the script. Then the way these cameras move and using special effects to see within the apartment and great slow motion there of the explosion. Definitely made me some of that music video background for these certain shots. So that means he's talking to himself here. Or not. It's literally been probably 20 years since I've seen the film, so. So again, you think, well, how did Brad Pitt call back and find him in a payphone? Because he's imagining this phone call. Yeah, what's up? Well, I'll believe it. Yeah, that would be worse. Tremendously worse. This is a question, like, when we buy material things, is it because we feel we're incomplete? Sometimes for it's just not, it's just, who knows what the purpose of life is? It's just to live day by day until the eventual death that you hope isn't too soon. And to maintain and to be, have as much fun along the way. Things you own end up owning you. There could be some truth to that statement. Real enough, we could be very precious with our material things, our equipment, whatever the case it may be. Whether it be a car, whether it be your house, your room, all that stuff. I want you to hit me as hard as you can. A single frame of pornography into family films. Well, they caught it because the girl was crying, so that's a lie. No one could catch Tyler Ward. The little girl was crying. She caught it. She hummingbird. See, a hummingbird can't catch it. You lie. How much do you notice without getting in a fight? Just you think about humanity. I mean, where we start and where we're at, it's just two completely different ends of the spectrum. I think we gained a lot, but some would say we lost a lot or only gained a little. Right in the ear. I wonder if it was advertised that people thought this would be more of an action film, a Fight Club, that they didn't understand. Because I guess for a cinema store, like people give a grade when the film comes out, they use like a consensus is a B minus. Again, maybe if people going in this thinking it's going to be like Bloodsport, if not that, then like some again fighting movie, and they go, "What the hell is all this?" Definitely a bit more to it than that. But just the idea is that the sense of freedom where you're not locked into what you should, what you have to do, what you're told to do. They have this certain type of freedom and liberation. And of course, that scene we'll see later on where everyone wants to talk to nobody and just drops the beer and falls to the ground. Of course, for Brad Pitt's character, it's much more of anarchy. Yeah, look at that place. God, look how crazy that place looks. Insane. Doesn't look like you just fall through the damn floor. So that means these guys are watching him fight himself and then wondering what the hell's going on. I mean, you didn't fight, definitely give you a piece of conversation. Going to work the next day. Damn, what kind of place is that to be alone half a mile in all direction? Yep, got the reports right here, man. even right there when you know what's going on, that kind of gives a bit of reflection where he's asked who he would fight, he says his boss. But then Tyler Durden had more of a thought out answer. Or even not, he mentions dad, and then Edward Norton had like more thought out talk about his dad. It's as if Tyler Durden answered, and then without knowing, Edward Norton gave all the reasons as to why you fight your dad. So this weird kind of copacetic relationship they have between these two psyches of the same mind. I just didn't think about back to the day. What did we have? We had gladiators, combat, the Coliseum. Even nowadays, you have your boxing matches, among other stuff. MMA. You know, why do we like watching boxing? Why do you like watching MMA? Why do we like watching, action movies? Maybe that deeper part of yourself, you live vicariously through them to unleash that animal part that is waiting and is maybe nullified throughout your day-to-day basis, at least for some people. Some, they just take it too far, regardless of anyway. First rule of Fight Club, you do not talk about Fight Club. The second rule, you do not talk about Fight Club. You did to fight. You have to fight, yeah. Ooh, damn. Good haymaker there. Like if you're living a seemingly meaningless life or job or anything of the sort, you feel the excitement and buzz where you're fighting and doing stuff, but then go too far where you're killing her stuff. William Shatner. So then we're meant to assume that like this is Edward Norton fighting here, and you see how nobody pays attention to Edward. Granted, they probably wanted to begin with, but the idea is that it's Edward Norton that did this. Now is this another night or another day? And he sometimes Tyler spoke for me. There you go. Yeah, in literal terms. I'm sorry I'm not giving a lot of in-depth commentary, but I mean the movie kind of speaks for itself. It's a original story. I think that's what it is with this film. It's such an original story. I can't think of a whole lot of stories in my head that go quite like this. You see OT maybe a story about a guy who has a seemingly meaningless life, or in his thoughts, and wants to change. Okay, maybe that. But the flip side, definitely not told in this way. Nah, that's okay. You listen to yourself. Don't care about your death rattles. Don't hear your baby rattles, your death rattles. You rattle yourself off the damn phone, off the damn scene. Interesting to see these sort of streets happening. So I guess we're meant to assume that he did have sex with her. Like he took the phone away. Then without thinking he went back, listened to it, where you at. Took her home. And the dream. This is why Helena Bonham Carter is confused here. You don't see she seems so utterly confused. We understand why when you watch it again. See right there, her confusion. We understand now why she's so damn confused. Because you picked me up, brought me here, had sex, and now you're saying, why am I here? But for Edward, it's like it was a different person. See, you didn't see her talking to Brad Pitt. That's what I mean. Like for most part, it doesn't do a whole lot to cheat the audience in that way. You know what I mean? It doesn't do a whole I'm sure if, more smarter people could find little bits in here. But yeah, it doesn't seem like a whole lot of cheating involved with this bit of business. At least that's what it seems like to me. At least the rain has calmed down a bit since earlier. Damn. Now you're wondering what's going on. And she's so out of it. She's like, okay. Sure, why not? Why the hell not? She's so damn out of it. Sure, why not? I bet. And right there, Brad Pitt did tell him what he did. Just doesn't remember because it's a different person, but I mean, different mindset, but. Of course, there's an underlying meaning as to why he doesn't want him to mention him, because she won't know what the hell he's talking about. Because Brad Pitt knows they're the same person, but the other guy doesn't. So that means right here he's having sex while his other side of his mind is just imagining this. God, that's such a crappy place to be. Damn. I was surprised the electricity works in the whole thing. Yeah, they're still going. Having a ball. Dan heard going, who are you talking to? Now, Gray, if there were two people, she would know that Edward Norton lives there. So you go, oh, you must be talking to him because there's two people here. But she thinks there's only one person here. Because there is only one person there. So that's why she's like, who are you talking to? Jesus. I also like the little detail that after reading that whole thing he found of in the first person of an organ, now it goes like, I am blank's cold sweat. I am blank, in that first person type of thing. It's an interesting bit in the dialogue to make it stand out, feel more fresh compared to a lot of stories out there. Yeah, in a way, his old self got destroyed by that, and he's living his different self here. And I'll be right back. Alright, I'm at 57 minutes and 49 seconds in. Let's unpause now. Gee, I wonder why Tyler and her are never in the same room. We know. He doesn't know yet. See, this is why Helena's being so flirtatious to him, because they've had tons of sex with each other. So for her, she's seen this like Jekyll and Hyde mentality. Like for her, it's like we just had this amazing intercourse again and again and again, and she really enjoyed it, obviously. On the flip side, Edward Norton's like, what the hell are you talking about? So again, for her, it's like she doesn't realize she's talking to two people that just happen to be in the same body. And again, if Edward Norton would say, why don't you talk to him? She'd be like, what the hell are you talking about? That way he doesn't cheat. So Tyler Durden only pops up when she's not there. And you get why Helena has this anger and this confusion. It makes perfect sense on a second watch. That's just a very interesting story. It's a good looking film, like the budget's on the screen. I like the way it's lit. Has that same type of lighting you see in other Fincher films. The Game, Panic Room, Seven. Maybe not the exact same, but the familiar similarity to it. That's why I was curious when Fincher was going to do World War Z, the sequel. Because I really like World War Z with Brad Pitt. Thought that was a really nice surprise. David Fincher is definitely a good, competent filmmaker. And I'm like, man, he's going to do a sequel to World War Z, and him and Brad Pitt going to team back together? That never came to be. So, take that for what you will. Oh well. Yeah, I don't think that film will ever get made now. World War Z. It's too far gone. Granted, I never thought I Am Legend 2 would ever be made, but there's talks of it, even though in the cut most people saw he died. Yes, Jesus. I'm looking up his filmography. So he's done Alien 3, which I hate, 7, which I like, The Dame, which is my favorite, Fight Club, which I would say is my second favorite. Then he did Panic Room. Zodiac is there for what it is. Good performances. I do think it feels a tad too damn long, but I didn't hate the film. Tears, Taste of Benjamin Button. I get the idea, but it just wasn't for me. Social Network. To be honest, the subject matter just never intrigued me. I've seen it. It's not a badly made movie. It's just, I don't really care about the making of Facebook. Yeah. Girl with Dragon Tattoo. I think I saw that, and I think, did I review that? I don't remember what the hell I said about it. Gone Girl. Never saw. Mank. Never saw that one. His development of the screenplay for the 1941 film Citizen Kane. And then The Killer. Based on the French graphic novel series, starring Michael Fassbender. Ew. Just imagine that insane burning because of that. He knows how it feels. When we lost everything, when you lose everything, you're free to do anything. That's his thinking motivation, so to speak. Selling rich women their own fat. They stole fat and they cooked it into soap and they're selling it back. And as he says, out loud, I mean, as out loud, as he said that we heard, Tyler Durden's words coming out of his mouth. So, if you want to see when Brad Pitt is talking to the Fight Club group or whoever, and it's Tyler Durden talking, now you know visually how Edward Norton would be looking like and his face and all that stern, serious manner. Again, we're thinking that Helena Bonham Carter is just someone who sleeps around and sleep with any men she could get in contact with, when really it's the same person. It's just she gets more and more confused as to what's going on. His name is Robert Paulson. Rest in peace, Meatloaf. Which, of course, was not his real name, but most people remember him from his moniker as a singer. Like a bar of hell, keep going till it's gone. Or now the legend of the creator grows and grows and grows, so no one will truly know who really created Fight Club. Ooh. The reason I said his name is Robert Paulson is that's for later on in the film when he dies and people think nothing of it. It's like, what are you talking about? His name's Robert Paulson, and they make a big old, I don't know, become. If you've seen the film, what the hell am I explaining it for? The new face is bad because that means they've been talking about Fight Club. Don't talk about Fight Club. If you're not talking about Fight Club, how come there's a bigger group of people? Working jobs we hate to buy shit we don't need. That's a very big truth for a lot of people. You work in a job you don't like, you don't care for, you don't have love. And granted, if you have a family, then you provide for them. Shelter, food, you definitely need that. But there's a lot of shit we buy we don't need either. And I think that's Jared Leto right there on the right with the blonde, big like blonde hair. I'll take this off for a bit as I let it play. But I was saying, yeah, I mean, that is a true statement. There's a lot that we buy that we don't need, whether it be in terms of video games, we don't need video games. Movies, we don't need movies. Blu-rays, DVDs, 4Ks, posters. You think about all the stuff you buy on a yearly basis. All the stuff that you buy that you don't need. Again, your movie, your 4K, your again Blu-ray, your media books, your comic books, your video games, your digital material, your Netflix or other streaming platforms. Do you need all that? No. But we do it, and you think about how much money you would save, how much money would you have, how much money would you own if for 1 year only you didn't do any of that? Probably a lot more than people think about. So, of course, the flip side is, well, life is short. You don't know if you're going to die tomorrow or next week or next month or next year. So rather get it and watch or play or enjoy, and there you go. And at least I achieved that. So pretty much Brad Pitt, aka Edward Norton's, allowing himself to get beaten up and enjoy, just showing how insane and crazy he is to make the legend of Tyler Durden grow and grow and grow. So you go, man, if this guy's this crazy and this insane and this wild, seems to be like an interesting guy to follow and see what happens next. So maybe it's that one of those things also, like when you tell people don't do something, let alone twice, maybe deep down he knows the opposite will happen. And maybe that's why those were the rules in the first place. Don't talk about Fight Club. Don't talk about it. Well, you reinforce it now. More people are going to be like, I gotta say it. I gotta say something. I gotta, like whether that rebellious nature, whether it be that a secret, and I got a secret. I feel special. I got a secret. I got the power to tell you or not tell you that secret. Oh yeah, picked a fight with a random person. And yeah, doesn't he have to lose the fight as well? Or is that a priest? Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, they have to lose the fight too. I just show that, hey, if you lose, it's not the end of the world. Even if you lose a fight, it won't matter. I like this music. It's this weird, like, I don't know what you call it. Like playful. And he's used to this. I'm just smirking revenge. This, of course, as we know, watch it again. This is not the first time he's beaten himself up. Try like a, but not darker version of Jim Terry and Liar Liar. For some reason, I thought my first fight with Tyler, because the same thing happened. You were beating yourself up. That's what I mean. When you watch it again, you hear these things. I'm like, yep, that's why it reminds me of his first fight. He beat himself up just like he's doing now. Again, it's stuff that you're not quite sure. Okay. And like, oh, okay. You know. 52 weekly paychecks. Wow. So I guess also, yeah, I forgot because of his insomnia and not being able to sleep, he worked the other job. Oh, that guy with this Hope McElhaney, which I just watched, the Iron Claw. He was played Fritz von Erich. This guy here with the John McClane Die Hard type of shirt, what they call the wife beater shirt. Oh, look at those tapes. Predator 2, X-Files. God, I want to go in that video store, man. VHS tapes of Predator 2 and X-Files and Alien. That's a good time to me. Of course, Fox. 20th Century Fox. Independence Day, another Fox movie. Ah, but they're screwing up all the tapes. I mean, this doesn't really make them... This is very scummy to do. Like all this stuff. It's like... Just showcasing anarchy. Try to go up against the operations of business. Those are pretty funny artwork for the airline stuff. Missing monkeys found shaved? What the hell? Dude, he wants to be a vet, but it's like, if you don't have the money to do it. Be in your way, become a veterinarian. Well, wouldn't he just move? I was saying, wouldn't he just move in those 6 weeks? He would just move. No bullets in the gun, and that this guy would appreciate his life more and try to go for his dream more. Yeah, if you have the money to be a veterinarian. But I mean, you need money to fucking do that. You know your job. You know how much money you have in the bank. You know the car you drive. You know the contents of your wallet. You know your catties. Just the mere presence of up close and personal with Tyler Durden is ready to disrupt the entire film. Literally, literally reiterating the words Taladar insane. More so showcase the audience of them being the same person. I mean, it's just not something you would think of from the get-go. Definitely a mind-bending movie, though. So just to show just how willing and how obedient they would be. Sorry, I'm just looking at the thing. I forgot that Edward Norton just smacked the guy with the damn broom. Oh, wait, man, wait. Sorry, this screwed up a bit here. Ah, man, the one I'm watching is screwed up a bit. I don't know what's going on with it. Okay, I'm at 1 hour, 29 minutes, and 47 seconds. Sorry about that. There's some screwy here. So I'm pause now. Milo's ready to leave, and then when Norton's telling him, no, stay. Is part of the whole dig. The whole idea is supposed to stay here. Now building an anarchist army. You too blonde. Now that blonde guy is Jared Leto, who of course would work with David Fincher in Panic Room after this. Of course, Jared Leto, he was also in the Suicide Squad, the first one, as the Joker. I liked him in Dallas Buyers Club with Matthew McConaughey. He was in Blade Runner 2049. I don't mind Jared Leto. I don't really approve of some of his weird method actor crap, like to portray the Joker, which was a horrible Joker. Probably the worst Joker portrayed on screen. I actually don't mind his band. I don't mind some of those songs. See that guy in the bat never once looked at Brad Pitt. Never once. Even when the guy's leaving, never looked over. Again, because he's not there, doesn't exist. I mean, there's a lot of interesting bits like that. I'm looking through the trivia on IMDb. The author of the book came up with the idea for the novel after being beaten up on a camping trip when he complained to some nearby campers about the noise of their radio. When he returned to work, he was fascinated to find that nobody would mention or acknowledge his injuries, instead saying such commonplace things as, "How was your weekend?" The author concluded that the reason people reacted this way was because if they asked him what had happened, a degree of personal interaction would be necessary, and his workmates simply did not care enough to connect with him on a personal level. It was fascination with the societal blotting which became the foundation for the novel. Apparently the author thought the movie was better than his book. Huh. Apparently, Edward Norton really did hit Brad Pitt in the ear. He was originally going to fake hit him, but before the scene, David Fincher pulled Norton aside and told him to hit him in the ear. After Norton hit him in the ear, you see him smiling and laughing while Pitt is hurt and swearing. Apparently, they had a lot of issues with the president production at Fox 2000, Laura Ziskin, with certain dialogue and certain scenes, but oh well. Bob wears a shirt during his fights, despite one of the 8 rules being you're not allowed to wear shirts or shoes during fights. This is because Tyler Durden finds Bob's man boobs to be too gross. Beyond the scenes is because his fat suit had to be hidden. In an infamous incident, the Friday that the film was released, Rosie O'Donnell appeared on her TV show and revealed that she had seen the film earlier in the week and not been unable to sleep since. She then proceeded to give away the plot twist and urged all of her viewers to avoid the movie at all costs. Edward Norton, Brad Pitt, David Fincher discussed this incident on the DVD commentary where Pitt calling O'Donnell's actions unforgivable. Wow, I didn't know that at all. That is horrible. That is crappy. But I never liked Rosie O'Donnell. I thought she was a cunt. Just a fucking dumbass. Well, you see Edward Norton beat... So I guess, in a way, you get to see the Incredible Hulk beat the hell out of Joker. Edward Norton just beat the hell out of Jared Leto. And people wondering what the hell's going on. Damn. Felt like destroying something beautiful. Yeah, I didn't know about that Rosie O'Donnell incident. That's crazy. The sex scene between Tyler and Marla was shot using the same bullet time technique used in The Matrix. Stills cameras were set up in a circle around the bed, and each one would take a single shot in sequence. These single frames were then edited together and enhanced with CG, as both Brad and Helena were fully clothed in motion capture suits during the shoot. Really? After director David Fincher finished editing the film, the studio executives were baffled by the piece and unsure how to market it. Fincher had wanted a highly unique marketing campaign which would mirror the film's theme of anti-commercialism, but already worried about the possible backlash against the film. The Fox executives refused to go ahead with Fincher's idea. Instead, a campaign was launched which was built largely upon the presence of Brad Pitt in the film, as well as concentrating on the fighting. The campaign was highly criticized as giving the impression that the film was basically just about men beating each other up, completely ignoring the comic and satiric elements of the narrative, and for marketing the film to the wrong audience. Fincher was particularly mad when he saw ads for the film during WWE and UFC programming. Yeah. Definitely not the same, yeah, at all. Just let go. Oh no. Just letting the car crash happen and see what happens next. I like the editing of this too. Really shows the intense impact of the situation. Well done practically too. Especially the inside portions of the car to show how they're flailing about, and I know the feeling. I've been in a car crash, so I know the feeling on that. I didn't remember much, just swerve, wake up, and I'm in the ditch, but there you go. While Brad Pitt was paid 17.5 million and Edward Norton was paid 2.5 million. Wow. What a big difference that is. I mean, Edward Norton is more the star of the movie, but I just. And Brad Pitt, I mean, he's good in the film, but it's not like his name brought people to the movie. You know what I mean? So paying that much money didn't really. He didn't really deserve that much money. For his performance, okay, him and Edward Norton deserve at least equal. But yeah, I mean, oh, we paid you 17.5 million because you're supposed to get us an audience. Well, that didn't happen. At least that when it came out. Well, if I think about, was Brad Pitt ever quote a bankable star? I mean, what I mean by that is he's done movies that were hits and he's done movies that I thought were good, but even at this point, like Seven, people saw because of it was a great trailer, the premise, the marketing, the gimmick. Seven Deadly Sins. It's like, okay, I gotta go see what this film is. But The Devil's Own with him and Harrison Ford, that didn't do that well. Meet Joe Black, that was a flop. Trying to think what else. Did he do a film with Robert Redford? Like after this? Might have. Yeah, didn't Tony Scott work on it or something? Spy Game. Yeah, Spy Game. I don't know if Spy Game really did much of anything, box office wise. So, I mean, my point is that it's not really a. I said there, Bullet Train did well, well enough. But I think the marketing helped on that. See, the people, they think this guy's just constantly testing them, seeing if they'll slip up. So that's why these guys go with this. They think, okay, this guy's gonna think I'm gonna slip up one time. I need to keep proving that even if he asks 100 times, I won't spill the beans. Then is where she's more confused because I'm looking at Tyler. What do you mean? I'm looking at Tyler right here. Oh shit. Destroy a piece of corporate art and tries to franchise. Yep, there you go. Ooh. Wow, right in the head. Ooh. Good makeup effects by Rob Bottin there. So I'm listening to the dialogue. Yeah, the name is Robert Paulson. His name is Robert Paulson. In death, you have a name. His name is Robert Paulson. There you go. I mean, in a way, this kind of just gone too far the opposite way, where it's almost like brainwashing, almost that type of thing. where you see it, now you see it going too far the other way instead of a balance. They're just going to start to realize a bit of the truth of what's going on. Why is Tyler Durden gone? Why has he disappeared? Although, I mean, isn't the idea is to be against franchises, and now you set up your own franchise, so aren't you kind of becoming your own worst enemy? Well, I mean, I guess that is the truth. Like, that is what's happened, is that he does become his worst enemy to the point he wants to destroy himself. So I guess maybe that is on purpose. Because you have already been there. There's a reason why it's deja vu. And you'll find out sooner or later. Yep. His name is Robert Paulson. Found the. There you go. Thankfully, they found one person who maybe got his head bashed a bit too much to not fully commit to the promise that you're not supposed to say anything. Yep, there you go. Because you are. I can't remember my reaction the first time seeing it, but I'm assuming that I was like, "Whoa, okay, that's interesting." I like that they go back and they show scenes from what really happened. This bit here, I think it helps sell the audience more as to what's going on. Okay, it was really him burning himself right there. You got it. Free in all the ways you're not. See it right there, yeah. Yeah, sorry I've been silent for a good chunk of this, but I kind of been just sitting back and enjoying watching it get. Just a whole group of people just completely entranced and just gun ho about this whole thing going on here. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just now just so set to the film. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to talk about. It's not a film that you're really talking about. Because I'm not going to make fun of it because I don't think it's bad. The story, it's better for you to think about it yourself than someone just explaining some boring diatribe about the intricacies of the plot when if you see the film, you could clearly tell for yourself what the hell the film's about. That's interesting. 7 years in Tibet. Which is a Brad Pitt film. So maybe Brad Pitt exists in this universe, and that's why Edward Norton was seeing himself as Brad Pitt. You know, the movie star quality, look, and feel, and just because his mind is so fractured, he didn't really put two and two together. But yeah, why not his Tyler Durden look like Brad Pitt? It's a very ambitious project. That's the thing too, is that a lot of people would not get or fully maybe go along with at least the first time watch back to the day. And then it was where everyone realized just how high up this goes with how many people are in Fight Club. Get rid of the debt, we go back to zero. Go back to zero is chaos. It will second guess everything. He was going to say. You would think they'd be get confused as to what the hell this guy is up to, and like, why should we follow this guy who keeps having such differing orders? Like, maybe we shouldn't be following this guy. Maybe what he's saying is not the right course of action. I guess it is so brainwashing cult. This is what it is, really. It's a cult about a guy who made a cult to be anarchists. Bring anarchy to anarchy, someone will equal freedom. Ran so far away, he gotta get away. You're running up that hill. I mean, there's not much to discuss here. It's just him running and running and running some more. Like, I'm sorry there's not much commentary during this commentary, but it's just one of those films where it's better to watch for yourself than listen to someone explain it. Just a very interesting story that's visually well put together. Even the way like Brad Pitt keeps appearing and disappearing, but doesn't look too goofy or silly. And then the way it's lit, it doesn't feel too filter like how a film would nowadays. At least too much so. So a bunch of buildings going to explode. There's no innocent people in them. Security is their people, and they'll get out. Ooh. Funny you say you're not your shoes or your coat, but you have some nice duds going there. Can't tell something that doesn't exist. Ooh. Talk about a guy literally fighting, mind fighting itself over supremacy. Damn. Good stunt work by the person doing all this. Very good stunt work. Crouch through the window, all that stuff. And Brad Pitt's like trying to do like his Bruce Lee thing. Ooh, shit. These hits just feel the damn impact. Good sound design. Very good sound design. To make you feel the impact even more so. And that takes effort to steer yourself that fluid of emotion on the ground when it's yourself doing it. Ooh. And credit to the person fall down the stairs. I don't know how the hell you do that without killing yourself. Like, I don't know how a stunt person does that. Let me go down the stairs and not break my neck or break a leg or break an arm. I don't know how the hell someone does that. How the hell? Yep, we're back to the beginning of the movie. Yep. Yeah, a little bit. This makes you wonder what happened after Fight Club. I'm not saying we need a sequel, no. But it does make me curious as to what exactly happened after Fight Club. What happened to this character? What happened to society? Maybe it's better left unanswered. Again, I'm not saying I want a sequel, no. I will admit, again, there's a curiosity. But maybe that's a good thing. Nah, I ain't calling it off. Not one bit. Shit. Sally, it is in your hand. So now he can play these tricks too. You sure about that? Better be sure about that. Stated yes. Yes, your head. It's your head, motherfucker. Are they open? Ooh. Ouch. Now, I read up somewhere that was supposed to be all practical effect, but they used this air to make his cheek go like this, but the rest of it was CG enhancement. Yeah, I guess it's supposed to be just like, okay, they made a fake head of Edward Norton and it would just shoot. But I guess it didn't look right, so again, they blow air to, and then CG additions for the blood to fly out. Oof. Just unique. I mean, I did. Maybe that's why I've been. Think of all the films that come out lately, and it's just a unique piece of filmmaking with this, and not boring either. Just fascinating, well acted, interesting, interesting visuals. Everything gonna be all right. And what a perfect song to end it. Where is my mind? Perfect song to use at the end of this. You met me very strange in my life. It does give you an intrigue as what happens next, and it leaves you thinking that after the end of the film. Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Again, I know I was silent for a good chunk of that, which makes for a boring commentary, but like I said, a lot of the movie kind of plays to itself where you don't really need someone like me blabbing about it. All I can say is it's an intriguing story that is unique, fairly original, good looking movie. When you watch it again, you pick up little things that, oh yeah, that's that and that because of what we know by the end of the movie. Good acting by Brad Pitt and Edward Norton. Even people like Holt McCallany and Meatloaf and Helena Bonham Carter. Nice song uses, especially Where's My Mind at the end there. Interesting special effects sequences. Yeah, really enjoy Fight Club. I say I appreciate his creativity. I appreciate his uniqueness, which is why it's my second favorite David Fincher film after The Game. So it was nice to watch it again. I that's why I was silent as well because I just got pulled in and just listening and watching what was happening, like I did back in the day. So, with that said, thanks for watching. Thanks once again, Shawn. At least I hope he enjoys it. He seemed to enjoy the stuff I've done so far, so I think he'll enjoy this. And that's all that matters, is the person that requests it enjoys it. Nobody else may like this commentary, but if he does, then it's all good. You know. With that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye for now.